Risk management, a subject which can get you your dream marks. 6 new subjects have been introduced in the CA Final new syllabus. Hi, this is Piyusha Thakkar before you discussing CA Final Paper 6A Risk Management. My analysis says that out of the other 6 subjects, the best to get you the best marks, 80 plus marks, your dream marks, is this subject, risk management. Now, how is this paper different from the other papers? This is an open book examination. An open book examination is a paper wherein you are allowed to carry the material along with yourself to the examination hall, read the questions in the question paper. Then, regarding the concepts asked in the questions, you can refer the material, read the concept and produce the answers in the answer book. That means we can carry the material of our own choice. Now, for every chartered accountant subject and for every level of chartered accountancy, ICAI provided study material stands as the base, the best book, the Bhagavad Gita, to be referred, the Bible, for referring the subject, the syllabus. Right? The same is with the risk management. The base of our RM classes will be the ICAI provided study material. Now, in this open book examination, the most important thing is you have to remember which chapter contains which concepts and which concept has been mentioned on which page number of the study material. Now tell me, my dear students, is it practically possible to mug up, to memorize the page number of each and every concept? Is it practically possible? No. So what is the memory technique? What is the, thing that is going to make RM memorizing, RM open book examination easier for you? I have prepared 9 charts. Your entire RM syllabus contains 9 chapters. These 9 chapters have been reduced down to 9 charts. Now, what are these charts? These charts are the roadmap, are the blueprint of the entire syllabus covered by the risk management. Now, one chapter, one chart. You have to remember the sequence of the chart. You have to just memorize the chart. Now understand one thing. Every time, whenever a question will be asked to you in the examination, is it practically possible to remember the page number of the concept, go to that correct, accurate page number and then produce that in your answer books? No. And referring to the entire material, each time, for each question, is it possible? No. Under the pressure of the examination, will we be able to practically remember each and every concept, each and every page number or each and every reference of the chapters? No. So this job has been made easier to you via these charts. One chapter, one chart. Now, memorizing 212 pages, understanding, learning, remembering as to which concept has been mentioned in the 212 pages material is not possible. So, these charts. Let me give you a small example. Say any question has been asked to you regarding risk grading. You just have to remember as to which chapter contains the concept of risk grading. And I'm sure by the end of the RM sessions, you would be well versed with that. So now you know that chapter number 9 refers the concept risk grading. You just have to go to the chart of chapter number 9 and just locate risk grading in the chart. The chart contains a brief description of what is risk grading. So if it is asked in the MCQs, you can quickly refer to the brief details, brief information given in the chart. If in case you want to write a detailed note on risk grading, the reference number, the page number of the study material has also been mentioned in the chart. So you can directly go to the page number of the material and produce the answers in your answer books. So you can take the best of the marks in the least of the time, because all these papers are all about time management. Understand, my dear students, the most important thing is the time management while answering and while appearing in every CA exam, be it foundation level or be it final level. For each and every level, the most important thing is the time management. You should be able to produce the best of your answers You should be able to cover most of the papers in your allotted times. So, for this time management, these charts will definitely be very helpful to you. Do not worry about memorizing of the charts because that will be done in the RM sessions itself. Now, further speaking about the time allocation of the time allotted to you by the institute. Now, regarding the entire time allotted to you by the institute on the day of the examination, it can be divided into two parts. One is the reading time that is provided to you, and the second is the core 4 hours provided to you. Now, the reading time that is provided to you. How to utilize this reading time? The question paper of the RM subject would consist of 5 case studies of 25 marks each. Out of these 5 case studies, you have to answer 4 case studies of 25 marks each. So, in this reading time, the most important thing that you have to do is the selection of the 4 final case studies which you want to appear for this paper. Now tell me, in this allotted small amount of time, is it possible to read all the 5 case studies? The matter of entire case study of the entire case study in this reading time? No. So what will we do? Now, every case study has followed with it a series of questions. Before reading the case studies, we would go through the series of the questions being asked for every case study. Now, in these questions, these are divided into 2 types. One type of question are the generalized questions like what do you mean by risk, what are the sources of the risk, what are the risk management strategies, etc. And the other set of questions consider specific questions related to the case study, the specific case study. Now, we will select those case studies which questions cover more of a generalized form. Questions which are more of generalized nature becomes easier to answer because this is an open book examination and we will be carrying our material along with us, and for reference we even have the charts. So we can, with the help of the charts, locate the concept in the study material, open the material and produce the question, produce the answer in your answer books. So generalized questions become an easier way of answering the questions. So we will be selecting such 4 case studies in which generalized questions will be more of a nature than the specific questions. So this is about utilization of the reading time. Now let us come to our core 4 hours provided for the RM paper. Now these 4 hours will be divided into 2 parts. Right? 1 hour for the MCQs and the other 3 hours for the case studies. Why 1 hour for the MCQs? Understand, my dear students, it is very necessary to first ensure passing of the RM paper. Right? So these MCQs will help you clear the paper very easily. All you have to do is read the MCQs carefully, refer the material, refer the charts. In case of any ambiguity, in case of any confusion, you can refer the chart, pick up the brief information of that particular concept, or via the page number of the ICAI material referred in the chart, you can go to the ICAI material, that particular page number, read the concept, remove the confusion and select the right answer in case of MCQs. Now, this was about the 1 hour of the MCQs. Now we are left with 3 hours and 4 case studies. So that means we have 45 minutes for each case study. Now, case studies. Case studies should be read very slowly and very carefully. All the important points in the case studies need to be highlighted. And while answering the questions to these case studies, you need to write more than the notes. Now, saying that write more than the notes is very easier rather than doing this. But do not worry. This has also been sorted. Now, after each and every session, listen to me very carefully. Every day after each session of risk management, we are going to discuss 1 case study every day. So that means we will be covering a minimum of 20 landmark case studies while studying this subject. So now these 20 case studies will make the RM syllabus, the RM subject and the RM answering to the case studies question very simple for you. 20 case studies is a great deal. These case studies are going to help you even answer the other questions in a better way. You can even make a reference to these case studies while answering the other questions, the rest of the questions. This will give the examiner the feel that yes, this student is different from the rest. Yes, this paper is way above the quality of any other paper. Yes, this is the diamond then amongst the other gold. So 9 charts and studying of minimum 20 case studies will make your job, will make your subject very easier. It will give you the entire RM syllabus at your fingertips. And this will thereby enhance your confidence and thereby help you in the best possible way to clear your CA final exams. So further, next we are going to discuss about the risk management syllabus. We discussed about the subject, about the question pattern. Now let us just have a short description about the syllabus of the risk management subject. This risk management subject consists of 9 chapters. I have divided these 9 chapters into 3 parts. General chapters, risk management chapters and specific chapters. Under the general chapters, you have chapter 1 regarding introduction to risk, chapter 2 discussing sources of risk, chapter 3 discusses about risk management, chapter 4 risk management strategies, chapter 5 risk management risk models, and specific 4 types of risks have been discussed in chapter 6, 7, 8 and 9. Chapter 6 discusses about credit risk, chapter 7 governance risk, chapter 8 enterprise risk and chapter 9 operational risk. Now, we have been discussing about risk management subject as a whole. But the main important thing in this subject is understanding what is meant by risk. The concept of the risk is the entire base of your risk management subject. So let us first understand what is meant by risk. Now, whenever we hear the word risk, the concept risk, the first thing that comes to our mind is the negative outcome. But my dear students, remember, risk is the base of an economic development of the country. Now, how is this so? Unless and until organizations take risk, unless and until they are willing to go across their comfort zone, they do not adopt the changes that the environment offers to us, offers to the organizations. These organizations, when take risk, then their returns multiply. When their returns multiply, when they overperform, that eventually helps the economic development of the country. So whenever we speak of the outcome of the risk, we do not only have to consider the negative aspect of the risk, but also the positive aspect of risk. Risk can be positive as well as negative. Now, to go in detail, I would tell you my perception of risk. Risk is nothing but vulnerability plus threat. Now, what is meant by vulnerability? Vulnerability means the internal weaknesses of the organizations, and threats means the external events which affect the organizations. That means जब अपनी कमियों का फायदा कोई और लेता है, तब risky situation आती है. Only then the risks arise. When the vulnerabilities, when the internal weaknesses of the organization are exploited by the threats, only then the risks arise. So, for risk to arise, there should be vulnerability as well as threat. Both are simultaneously necessary. If even one of the component is absent, risk does not arise. Now, let me give you a small example to explain what I meant. You are a CA final student. Say it's a risk management paper day. It is the day where you have to appear for the risk management paper. You have studied the entire syllabus of the entire 9 chapters of the syllabus, but you have not studied the 9th chapter to the perfection. You have only referred to the 9th chapter. So with this heavy heart, heavy thought in your mind, fearing about the chapter 9, you approach the examination hall, you go in the examination, and there is always a threat at the back of your mind. You always worry, right? That question should not be asked from chapter number 9. And bingo! Your question paper shows the question for question number 9. Sorry, chapter number 9. That means your internal weaknesses, your fear of not being able to solve the chapter number 9 questions has materialized. Your vulnerability of not studying chapter number 9 to the best possible way has been exploited. Right? And so a risk arises. Even if any of the component out of both are not available or not present, risk does not arise. For example, situation 2. Say it is your RM paper, you are a very sincere student, you have studied all the chapters thoroughly. You have finished a thorough examination, thorough preparation of all the 9 chapters. Now it's your RM examination day. You approach the examination hall. Threat is always there. Exams are scary and CA exams are super scary. So, with this fear, you enter the examination hall, but you are confident enough, you are sure enough that come what may, I can answer each and every question asked at the examination. Right? So, is there a presence of vulnerability? No. The threat, the fear is there. Right? But, is there a vulnerability? No. So, does the risk even arise? No. The situation 3. Say, you are a CA final student. Okay, and you have finally decided that you are not going to study at all for the RM paper. So without preparation, you approach the examination hall. Now, in the inner of the inner hearts, you know that yes, I have not studied, and I know it is going to be absolutely difficult to clear this subject. So you start approaching the examination hall, and before entering, you realize that there is no use. With a very guilty heart, you run away from the examination hall. So is vulnerability present? Yes, because you are not prepared at all. You are not going to be able to answer any of the questions asked in the question paper. So vulnerabilities are present. But is threat present? No. There is no question of fear. There is no question of not being able to answer. Why? Because you are not going to appear to the exams only. So there is no question of threat. So does the risky situation arise here? No. Understanding? So for risk to arise, there should be vulnerability as well as threats. Your internal weaknesses, your vulnerabilities should be exploited by the external events, by the threats, and then the risk arises. Remember, risk can only be minimized. Risk can only be reduced, but risk can never be eliminated. Neither practically in the organizations nor in our everyday lives. So this is all about the subject risk management, a short description and a short introduction to this subject. See you all very soon in the RM learning sessions. Thank you very much. If you like this video, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel CA Piyusha Thakkar. Thank you very much.